What's up, guys? It's Gardy B with the Jenkins Jonez show. As always, I'm here with my good internet buddies, Dragonfly Jones, a.k.a. Tyler.
What's up, guys?
Jethro Jenkins, a.k.a. John.
What's up, bubbas? And if you fuck with us, you want to see more of our content, please jump on YouTube and subscribe to our channel.
We in a motherfucking minute, dog.
Yeah, it's been a minute for sure.
You animals wanted a fucking special episode from us, so here we are recording on a Thursday after the trade deadline. As always, this is Jenkins and Jones. It's Dragonfly Jones, aka Tyler, the Jethro Jenkins, aka John. I'm Gardy B, aka Mike. And the big news, we'll talk about all the other trades on our regular episode that'll drop on Monday. But obviously the big news today, James Harden and Daryl Morey, the rom-com continues, and Ben Simmons,
the bromance,
pouted his way into a better situation, a true hero of the people. That's obviously the big trade of the day, with the other pieces going to the Nets as well. Seth Curry, which I actually think is a big deal that people aren't talking about as much. Andre Drummond and 2 first-round picks. John, what was your first thought about the trade?
I think it works for both of them. I mean, I think the Sixers won because they literally got something for nothing. You know what I mean? Like they had a fucking
that man nothing like that.
He's been nothing the last, like what this is first.
He's been technically nothing if you look at the minutes played.
I'm saying technically nothing.
For the
He's
season,
not going to play, so they got a nigga for nothing. You feel me? But the nothing that the Nets got was a perennial all-star, God tier defender. You know what I mean? And Seth Curry was a 50, 40, 90 guy, basically scoring like 15 points a game. I think you know, the Sixers won due to that, but I think for me, you know what I mean? I think the Nets, they're looking good. They're looking good, G.
I like, you know, I'm with you. I like it for both teams. Of course, you know, anytime you can fucking flip Ben Simmons for James Harden, of course, you do that a million times out of a million. You know, I like it for the Nets too, because this was what I was telling you from when that big three linked up. They just said, fuck defense. We're going to just try to outscore everybody. And that wasn't going to work. They weren't going to get a ring that way. You know what I mean?
They could have last year, my nigga.
But they didn't.
They did it because niggas got hurt, of course.
But the book is closed. But the book is closed. They didn't.
But
you know what I mean?
They could have, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real, G.
That just doesn't happen though. You don't like, they were historically bad, like the worst. Literally the worst defensive team in NBA history in regards to points given up per game for that season. You know what I mean? Like, but I like Ben Simmons coming there. I like Ben Simmons coming there because, you know what I'm saying? You don't need that dude to shoot. He's going to be an all-world defender. You can put that dude anywhere on the fucking chessboard. He can defend the perimeter. He can defend the block. He can defend the cup. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping from a defensive perspective that maybe, you know, with Ben Simmons being there, that maybe we can see the fucking revelation that we saw with KD. When you remember when he was with Golden State and he was that rotating, help defensive rim protecting fucking monster for those
terror.
Yeah, two blocks a game and shit.
Yeah, maybe this incentivizes KD to kind of step back into that role again. So we'll see.
Okay, this is my commentary. Everyone has been saying, I think both teams got better. And every time someone says that, I go, well, no fucking shit. An all-star is now going to be playing again, right? Mm-hmm. like, when does that ever happen that you just have a dude who's essentially shelved himself? And if a trade brings a player like that back onto the floor, of course everyone got better, because all of a sudden you have Seth Curry, who I think is a huge deal for the Nets, right? That's Tyler, you mentioned the little video you filmed earlier. You know, the Harris cold streak really hurt them. You add in another dude like that, you're not going to have a cold streak for both those guys for a month. There's no world where that's fucking happening. So I think it's a big deal. I think it's genuinely inspirational that Ben Simmons literally was just like, nope, fuck you.
Not doing it.
And I want to go to a good city.
Everything.
I want to go to a good city that's competing for a championship, which in the current world means he wanted to go to the Nets. And he fucking made it happen. It's incredible.
I'm building off what you said. I love that for the exact same reason too, because, you know, Ben Simmons, like, you know what I'm saying, we have discussed this whole situation. We have said, you know, Ben Simmons is at fault here too for refusing to improve his game, right? But there were so many people who wanted to see this man just, you know, relegated to like a fucking lottery team like Sacramento, you know what I'm saying, or some shit like that. No, he's going to a contender, and he's going to New York City, and he's playing with perhaps the best player in the league. So that whole, you know, hard work work pays off myth that some grown ass adults believe is still a thing. I love that that shit just blew up in their face. He didn't work hard at all, and he still wound up winning and getting put in the best position. You could say that losing that $19 million is probably the only L he took in. That's a big ass L. That's a huge L.
Bootstrap's Twitter is fucking brining in their own tears right now.
It wasn't supposed to work out this way, but it did, my nigga.
It did.
I will say this. It's not the Knicks, but it's still New York. As a dude who doesn't like to be told what's wrong or what he's not doing correctly, that's not the city you want to be in. But at the same time,
but that's table
all he
stakes
has
now.
to do is play D. Like Tyler said, he never has to shoot another day in his life. Shoot the three. Why? You got fucking Kyrie, you got Patty Mills, you got Seth Curry, and you got Kevin fucking Durant. You know what I'm saying? They'll be Gucci.
He's not going to get any heat in New York. New York does not give a fuck about the Nets. Like the Nets season has been a dumpster fire, and the hooper in New York who has been under the most fire this season has been Julius Randle, bro. That has been who's been getting it the worst out of all of the hoopers in New York City. Out of any Net, out of any Knick, Julius Randle. Meanwhile, we saw the fucking KD, Kyrie, Harden experience fucking spontaneously combust, and no one cares. He's going to be just fine there, bro.
I think the Nets going to pay that fine too, baby. Like, they dropping the mask mandates now. Shit,
they're not going to have to pay the fine.
You don't think they will? You think by that time?
Everyone's ending their mandates. I mean, California is ending an indoor mask mandate
February
in
15th.
fucking 5 days.
Right.
Like, do I think by the time the playoffs roll around, like even the more conservative, let's be careful scientists are saying they think April 1st, the whole country, the pandemic's going to be over in every recognizable way. So do I think he'll be able to play in the playoffs? If there is still a fine, I don't think they'll feel any heat from paying it at that point.
Who do we think has a better chance of winning in the end, though? The Sixers or the Nets, based upon this trade?
Nets.
I do too. I think the same thing. And I think with Harden, I think Embiid is this year, he's closest to the MVP. You know, he's been healthy. He's been playing fucking great. You know what I mean? So I guess he's the best player on the two teams, I guess. But I mean, like, he's playing with KD's the best player. Let's keep it a stack. What I'm saying, he's the best. He's playing the best this year. You know what I mean? And Harden, we don't like playoffs. We've seen what he's done. I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't think it'll be hard to work Seth Curry in to that. You know what I'm saying? And fucking and you know, I don't think it'll be hard. I think the Nets will gel.
Well, not
quicker.
when you have a coach like Steve Nash.
I mean, that's the problem. That's
on the ones and the twos. Like, come on.
Somebody said, can they trade Steve too? Nigga, you want Doc? If you want Doc, you really struggling, bro. You tired for real, G.
Top 15 coach of all time.
Top 50 coach of all time.
But yeah, it's for sure the Nets because we have seen KD thrive in a similar situation before, right? All-star point guard, a defensive player who you can move all across the fucking chessboard, shooting, guys who can bomb deep from three. Like, we saw that. And we saw that boy rack up 2 rings. Not at all saying the Nets are on the Warriors level, you know what I'm saying? But the similar philosophy, the similar fucking, way that they're going to play the game and space the floor and all that. We've seen KD thrive in that situation before. So, of course, I'm going with the Nets here, of course, definitely. I'm just excited. And I will say there's a little bit of this shit that the three of us have talked about. And look, we work for the Volume Sports. We don't work for we don't work for the NBA. What's the point of the NBA season up to this point, bro? Like, you're just rearranging shit so that when people really start the season, some people are a little further ahead than other people. Like, you know what I mean? The shit is a little bit, for all the fun that the off season is, it is just really like, what was the point of being a Sixers fan up to this point, bro? Just appreciating Embiid, basically, right? Because now you have your real team, like midway through the season. This shit is just weird as fuck, bro. The NBA season does not start until after the trade deadline and after All-Star break when teams really start jockeying for playoff position.
And that's when the fans turn the games on too.
They need to get that tournament shit in now. Give us something that's not connected to the bigger thing that people can get excited for, because it's just like, and now the Lakers are really going to turn it on, so we'll really see what they look like.